Hey everyone, my name is George, or Koke117, and this is my first video for my Let's Play career. So, I'm going to do it by playing my favorite game as a child, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. And I'm playing the PS3 version, which came on the HD Collection Pack. If you don't have this game, or have never played any of the Jaks, I highly recommend it. The pack's like $40 at max. I think it's 20 now. When I bought it, it was 40, and I got it on my birthday. But we're going to play this. I love this game. As you can see by my first file, I have 100% of this game. I've done this several times, and we're just going to start a new game right off the bat. And we're going to just run through this. So anytime there's a cutscene, I will let the cutscene talk, and then when it's done, I'll come back. So here's our first cutscene, and I'll be back in a bit.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Alright, so real quick, I just wanted to talk about one of the funniest things I find about this scene is the little mechanics in the game. Like precursor orbs, the power cells, ecos, all of them are spread out throughout the game, and they're just there. Like, you see a blue eco just in that little army of lurkers. There's just a blue eco, like right there, as you can see. And I always found that really funny because when you get back to this area, because you can come through here, you find that blue eco there. But the one thing you never find is this that little item right there. That precursor item, you can never find it in the game. It's just for this one cutscene. And I always found that really funny that this one item is like sticking out. So I'll let them talk again.
Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Ow! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right. And then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the 3 sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Alright, so fun little story about that scene. When I got this game, I got it from Costco, and I'm just going to talk over when they talk because it's just a tutorial level and it's just telling you what everything is, but I'll explain everything. And so when I got this game from Costco, within the day, because I think I was like 5 or 6 years old, within the day, I scratched it up. I don't know how, I think I stepped on it, and I scratched it so much that it completely blocked out a whole scene. So if I scratched everything but that scene. That opening scene is the only thing that I could see with that disc. So for the longest time, I thought, oh man, I guess I just have to watch the scene over and over again. And so I just went back to Costco the next day. Well, my parents did, and they got me another copy. But it was specifically the scene where the green sage says, go through the warp gate. When the bird shows up, it freezes, and through the warp gate is repeated over and over and over again.
Wow! The Scoutfly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find
Alright,
even more.
sorry for the jump cuts. I'm recording this in my kitchen because I don't have a room, and so my siblings will come through and I'll have to stop the recording. So if there's any jump cuts, I apologize. I was talking about how my game was scratched up. And so yeah, I scratched it up so much that the whole cutscene was the only thing I could watch. And I returned the game and I got a new one. But before I did that, I accidentally tripped up like in the same week, I tripped on one of the cords, and the game ended up falling. Not like the whole console, like the PS2 ended up falling, and so I broke that. But we had the warranty, so we were able to fix it again. But yeah, I went through 2 PS2s within that time, and then I went through a third PS2 within that week because I think somebody stepped on it, and we had to get that one replaced. So I got, like, the original games I had were Jak, and then I got Ratchet and Clank, but then I got Jak again. So I played Ratchet for a couple of weeks, and then I had to go back and give up because of the warranty, I had to give up Ratchet and Clank, and I ended up getting Jak and Daxter instead of Ratchet and Clank. And so that's why I'm more invested into Jak and Daxter instead of Ratchet and Clank, which was what a lot of other people were. And then Sly Cooper was the other one that everyone was in. But I ended up sticking with my boy Jak and Dax. And so that's why we are doing this game as the first one. So yeah, like, they keep explaining, like, what ecos are and what we have to do and blah, blah. Like, green eco is health. That one's pretty simple. It's not hard to get green eco. It's spread out throughout the game. I really don't like the tiny ones. There's, like, big blobs that, like, count for 25. And then there's these small ones that are, like, a point each. And then there's these silos, like the ones that we saw a little while ago, where it's infinite. So it'll, like, immediately fill up your stuff. And right there you can see I got everything. And this is the last power cell. So that's 4 out of 4 and 50 out of 50. This tutorial level isn't really hard. I mean, you can see how fast I got it. And then they teach you this mechanic where if you use blue eco, you can turn stuff on. So blue eco is like one of the big ones. So it's like, it gives you speed, it gives you a roaming effect that brings stuff in, and then it gives you, like, activation. It's one of the more important ones. And here, Green Eco is going to talk about it.
That's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
There's
No problem.
We got the moves, eh, Jak? We'd love to stay in chat pick.
Oh yeah, I really love this game. That I learned almost all of Daxter's quotes because I love his quotes. His are always been the funniest ones.
Why don't you make yourself useful?
Oh, and then another thing of note that I just love about this game is the music. So the music in this game, you can hear it in the background. This is the main theme, or it's the main theme of this village. So anytime, wait, hold on. So, anytime you talk to somebody, the music will change to their mood. Like, his mood has the marimbas and stuff. And another thing is you can see Misty Mountain all the way over there from right here. And you can see a lot of the other levels too. You can see the Forbidden Jungles over there, and you can see the Sentinel Beaches over there. And I always found that really fun. And over here you can talk to Kyra, or Kira, and she'll just tell you to get some orbs. But, oh, actually, let's talk to her, I always found this scene really funny.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1. I don't date animals.
You don't know what you're missing.
I always love that.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
So yeah, if you talk to them, they'll tell you where things are located, and where they'll give you missions basically. So since I know all the missions, since I played this game so much, I know exactly, like, I have my own route that I take. You can take your route, you can go to the Forbidden Jungle. I mean, going to the Forbidden Jungle is like one of the easier things, but you gotta know what this is.
It looks like scout flies are always in
Red boxes. And so here we follow the little path where they tell us to go. It's follow the lamps, which I never got as a kid. And on the next episode, we will go to Sentinel Beach, one of my favorite areas because the music is so beautiful. And I will go there on the next episode. So, I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.
Bomba, bomba, está presente aquí.